Welcome back, my lovely beans. Today we will drown the Straxes in bubbles, not only with Mech but also with the Kompressa Prime. For this we are running Mech. We're running Mech with Shock over the one with Shock Trooper, simply because Shock Trooper or Shock is not giving us frame vulnerability. For our shield gating, we are running Classic Brief Respite with Catalyzing Shield, Fast Deflection, Vigilant Vigor, and Rolling Guard. For our energy economy, we're running Prime Flow. This is also giving us the option to have double the crit damage with Purple Shots and Equilibrium. Mode Argument and Umble Intensify is giving us ability Strength. As you can see, we're running base duration, base efficiency, base range, and a little bit roundabout we will gain up to 200 ability Strength. We're running Arcane Fury. This here is our slot to swap out with whatever you feel like you want. We don't necessarily need the base damage, it's just nice to have. For shards, we're running 1 corrosive shard, we're running Parker Velocity, we're running 2 melee crit damage shards, and casting speed. I only use the first and the second ability, so I don't really use the fourth one, so that's why I'm fine with 1 casting speed. The burst prime is just there, I do have to say that, I barely use it. This is my Riven. If you don't have the Riven, simply slot heat here. For my Kompressa Prime, we're running a damage Kompressa Prime. What we want to do is actually killing the Thraxes with the magnetic to break the overguard, and due to the breaking the overguard, we are producing an electric tick that then will kill the Thraxes. So we're doing that with magnetic and the 8-time damage, extra damage to overguard thanks to secondary fortifier is actually what will kill them most likely. We have Hornet's Wreck for base damage, Pistol Elementalist for extra status damage, we have Prime Convulsion and Heated Charge simply for base damage, raw damage, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot. You most likely will not constantly have up the Galvanized Diffusion, but it's still worth it. Leave a turret for fire rate and multi-shot, and Pistol Pestilence for toxin. In total we have magnetic, corrosive, heat, and rival from the Kompressa itself. If you're asking me if you're using the Kompressa Prime, it's not worth to run a Riven simply because of the low Riven dispo. If you're still using the old Kompressa, it's worth it because of the higher Riven dispo if you have a good Riven. For the Falco, we're running a classic melee influence setup. If you don't have a Riven, this is my Riven. I run electric and critical damage. I would suggest to run double sec. In general, you do want to run double sec on the Falco because of the lower crit chance. Sacrificial Steel is giving you a higher crit chance, that's why you don't want to run Galvanized Steel. Galvanized Steel is giving you crit chance and crit damage. Crit damage you can get from Purple Shards, that's why I would suggest to run Sacrificial Steel. If you don't want to fit it because you do have to put a lot of formers into your weapon, I would suggest to at least try to fit Sacrificial Steel and use Prime Pressure Point normally here. In addition to that, I personally did run Worm. Why did I run Worm? Because of Negate and Guardian. Besides that, Reinforced Bond is really nice. Worm can achieve that with Calculated Redirection for extra fire rate for my Kompressa. Besides that, Tenacious Bond for the extra crit damage. Keep in mind, for Tenacious Bond you do need to actually have a sentinel weapon that triggers that. That is, for example, most commonly the Verglas and the Burst Laser. For the Verglas you do need a Riven. I did choose the Verglas. You need Point Strike and a Riven with crit chance. I did run a Corrosive Radiation Cold setup. Let's see how we're bubbling the Straxes the whole run, and keep watching. Thank you so much. See ya. We have Brick. That's decent, I guess. Oh my god. Cute. That is Wall of Ledge. No habitation zone. I mean, that's a really short connector. So if we have now a 4, I would be happy. Please tell me we have a 4, not a 3. If we actually have a 4, I would be really happy. Short one into a 4. Oh, that looks like a 4. Please be a 4. Yep, we'll take that. That's a 3-3-4. Not ideal, but really short connectors. Hi, Drowsy. And all of the rooms are decent. We have Habitation Zone, and then we have Angel Roost. What's a 3? 3-3-4 is the description of how many Exilizers per room can be spawned. So this room here has 3 spawns. 1, 2, 3. The next one also can maximum spawn 3 Exilizers. middle mouse button. If you don't have it rebind, it's middle mouse button. The scroll wheel. Click the scroll wheel. Throw and then detonate it. I just have it rebound to like Q. I throw with E and detonated with Q. That was because the enemies were holed in one room. So yeah. And the next room also can have maximum 3 spawns, and the last one can have 4 spawns. It is important to know if you want to have decent runs, kinda. If you're like absolutely chill, you don't mind. But I think I explained that already multiple times. So, a run, like in a Void Cascade, you can have maximum 12 Axelizer spawn, right? And with a 333, you're only using 9 out of 12 spawns. So whenever you rotate through here, it rotates through the 3 not possible spawns because your room is not able to spawn. Like, you don't have room to spawn it. So it's kind of like failed spawns, which like actually prolongs your round like a lot for nothing. That's why you ideally want to have a 4-4-4 room to have like the 12, right? But what I look as well is not only if you have like good rooms to like have a maximum spawn. So I go with a 3-3-4, that's like a 10. So we will have per round roughly 1 to 2 failed Axelizer spawn. I'm aware of that. But what I also like make aware is if there is a good connector. So if the walk from one room to another room is really fast and smooth, like no jumps, really smart, really fast. Do you like leaf soup? I do. Like, that's actually true. I really like the leaf soup. Good point. And I also like bean soup. Depends on the leaf soup, I would say, but still a good one. Let's run some Mesa relics. You know, what are you getting treated today? What's leaf soup? Tea. Tea is leaf soup. If coffee is bean soup, leaf is... You know, leaf is... pea soup. Tea. Juicy, tasty tea. What's your favorite tea, chat? If you think about it, what's your favorite tea? Were you always saying like, oh, I would take a cup of tea now? A cup of tea? Green tea? Because coffee is made from beans. Yeah, exactly, Pyro. Green tea. I don't like... Can I say that? I only don't... Like, I know that a lot of people will tell me that I don't even drink tea because per definition, I think I only drink infusions. Because I only like stuff like peppermint tea and like, you know, all of the like fruity stuff. So I think per definition, I don't even drink like tea because my tea does not contain tea leaves. I just like all of the fruity stuff. Oh, and peppermint. And like, you know, all type of like herbal stuff. Like fennel tea and like stuff like that. I really like herbal tea. I could like drink so much herbal tea per day, but like I don't do it because it's actually not that good for you. Like, it depends if you can like, you know, digest it or not. But like you also need to like actually pay attention, sadly, to the quality of the tea, right? If your tea does not have a good quality, you're kind of like, you know... Boop. Oh, I bucked myself out. Oopsie. Hot chocolate milk? Oh, yeah, hot chocolate. I would go for a chocolate right now. Lucky me actually loaded in fast enough. I was like, why can I not move? But like, you know, lucky me because if you like actually load in or load out while like you black sheet, you forgot about some stuff. It's fine. You're good. You can still sheer gate with your Oh, carefully. I did not mean to. Not me. Someone else needs to. I don't have like Sorry. That was the fail of the year. Me eating over, like, you know, the platform. I don't know if that's a good name. I mean, like, in the end, every name is okay. Like, I don't see, like, but, like, I don't know if that name is, like, you know, a good name. If you like that name, go for it. If it's, like, according to Twitch too, or, like, not Twitch too. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. If it's, like, according to the TOS, you're good. By the way, here you see, by the way, we have a failed Exilizer spawn. Look on the left to the bar under my head, over my head. Like, we don't have an active Exilizer up. We now got one. So I assume that we had one failed, actually. You love rice? Then go ahead. You could also call yourself, like, oh, what is it called? The, like, rice dish with the omelette on top. You know what I mean? You could also call yourself that one. Omu rice? Yeah, omu rice, right? You could also call yourself that. Because they're like, oh my god, who saw it? Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Raster. I didn't want to, like, be as clear, but, like, I was kind of worried about that too. That's why I said, like, if it's, like, according to, like, TOS. Did you, like, all see the, like, Rilakuma Omu rice, like, is it Instagram, TikTok? Did you, like, see how cute that is? By the way, Negate carries so much with random slash ticks that you're getting from, like, stuff. Like, no shit. I like that. That's what I was saying. If you want to, like, have anything that's rice, maybe, like, have, like, something that is not as questionable name-wise. Because, like, sadly, due to some bad people on the internet, people are simply, like, really careful. Right? And you don't want to, like, you know, step on people's toes. That is not needed. Because you find the name funny and you don't have, like, any bad intentions, right? But other people worry about it or, like, feel offended by it. You don't want to get... I can't tell you. I think before you would not get banned, they would simply not allow you to swap the name to it. But I can't tell you. I don't know. You would check that... You would need to have to check that. Where's, like, the official Warframe page for that? I don't want to, like, say anything wrong there. But, like, I think, to be honest, that is maybe not the best name to go for. Oh. Ask on yeah, that's why I was saying ask on support. Because they're, like, going on some ridiculous names. That's why I don't want to, like, say, but, like... If you have a question, ask the support. You know. Better safe than sorry. Especially if you don't have, like, bad intentions, right? You just corrupted in my face. Oh, I don't have Prime Sure Footer on my Mac. I might want to change it for my next run. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. That would be probably the best bet. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. That's my sound. That's my voice sound off again. Let me get, like, some overguard from somewhere. There. Yakuba. Zip, zip, zip. Fatali. I mean, like, then your best bet is probably actually to ask the support beforehand. That is probably in the end your best bet if you worry about it. And then you're on the safe side. Just keep in mind it usually takes a tiny bit before the support is answering you. But yeah. It's probably also saying somewhere in the TOS, right? Fatali. So yeah. Whee! Hi. Sorry, I have 32 wisp parts. I'm going for my Atlas. I know. I know that Wisp actually like got up in price. I think we're like at 60 plat at the moment. Sure, that's actually not too bad. Last time I asked about... Oh, I don't want to like... Just, yeah, but like, they're like in front of like dev stream and probably updates, and that's usually when they like take a little bit longer, because I remember like I asked something regarding something right in front of like a week before Tenogen, and they were busy, the poor people. With high demand, yeah. I'm wondering, you know what's sad? That Nova actually no shit comes back after Plague Star finished. Right? We're getting Nova like on Thursday, and Plague Star ends right about that. So you can't actually run the relics to get like the most like... You can't just roll it immediately to try to get money out of your Nova relics. Yeah, Wisp is actually vaulted. Yeah. So you would have to wait till she's coming back into Primary Surgeon, and... Or like, or hoping that people in public are still running her, because she's kind of new to being vaulted. So probably most people still have like a lot of her relics and are not too holding back with her. So yeah. Oopsie. How did I want to die? Chalk Eximisses are stinky. Ooh! Chalk Eximisses are really stinky. What's the thing about fungi? Fungi is like technically a short form for fungus. So fungi is not mean as like haha funny. It's actually meant as like fungus. So the next frame is a fungus frame. So, and supposed to be something with summoner, but that's all I know so far. Fungi, fungus. Yes. But Revenant. I have to run into a player named yeah, I'm not reading that out loud. They told me just don't talk on region chat to not be noticed. That is a valid point, probably. Oh, I'm walking the wrong way. Boy, if you need anything for like Wisp and Cronin, I can like check if I have something that will not break my sets, and then I can give it to you if you need it. Yeah, but you can't get them now anymore, Chris, obviously, because they are vaulted, right? So that's why like so many people had them, but like now, but like I think a lot of people will still run them like in public because it's still like a good set. Wisp is a great frame. Survivability, invulnerability, status, thanks to like her shock mode. Technically, with her 4, you have a lot of funny setups if you wanted to. Right? So, she's a great frame. I like her. Would have gotten into the game if my friend wasn't talking wiki, so... What do you mean? Oh, you mean if your friend did not explain everything to you, you would have not gotten into the game? I feel like a lot of people feel like that, right? There was past tense, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I think I don't read the messages carefully enough for that. My bad. But yeah, you're right. Because to be absolutely honest, I read the messages with like half an eye. Simply because like otherwise I would probably die way too often here in Void Cascades. If I would like... Warframe is a lot better on bringing Prime Spec of Rotation. Trinity being vaulted for 1,000 days still makes me cry. Is it 1,000 days? No, Trinity came back, right? Keep in mind, a lot of those frames came back during the Christmas event, right? I mean, like, the issue where, like, that most people did not have enough Aya in that time, but, like, we got a lot of frames back during, like, the Christmas event. The Christmas Aya Prime Research and Calendar type of thingy. I'm still sad. I do need to, like, chat. We do need to get into meta Aya farming. Right? Honestly, we do need to get into, like... I don't know what to, like, tell, but some of you need to, like... Oh, you mean that? Wait, that is insane. I mean, like, was it not, like, a lot? Was it not, like, with, Ember as well? Ember or Loki? That were, like, insanely expensive, especially on console, since the trade windows were separate? I need to, like, actually learn way better to, like, proc my Arcanes. No shit, I need to proc my Arcanes way more often. I'm not proccing my Arcanes enough. By the way, as always, tomorrow ETA, EDA chat. And then whatever. We also need to do Arcane Hunt today. And technically Call. I still have a few things to do today. I also want to finish Syndicate Medallions. And then if you want chat incursions, if any of you ever want to do incursions, hit me up. I don't mind doing them. I just don't do them for myself because I don't need the steel essence. But if you ever want to do incursions, I'm happy to do them with you, if that makes sense. To help you, like, play with you. Like, I know that most of you don't need the actual help, but it's nicer to do them in a group, especially stuff like defense or... Yeah, I remember, like, people telling me about Ember and, like, how Ember was, like, insanely, like, expensive. Yeah, you do get iron bounties and relic farm, but we're talking about the amount of drops per hour. So if you usually do the classic rotation that people are suggesting, we're talking about 10 Aya per hour from demos on Steel Path. That is technically the ideal situation when you do the classic farm with no setup, with just doing the normal bounties, getting mother tokens as well, right? And that's about it. Nothing special, right? What I'm talking about is why you're so broken plot, because you don't trade. You don't farm enough, you don't know what to farm, you don't efficiently spend your time, and you don't trade. You don't know how to make plat via items that you already have in your inventory. AKR, vaulted item, like vaulted... If you have Endo, you can put them into Arcane mods, you can put them into the Damos vaults, like corrupted mods. Right? You can technically farm bond mods, even if it's small plat. You can go for Brief Aspire and Growing Power if you want to farm these ones. You can farm sets. And by the way, you don't have to do vaulted sets. Caliban and Yarelia are both going over 50 plat still. And they're decently selling quick. Right? 45 and 50 plat is still a good price if you sell your Yarelia set and your Caliban set, right? So don't get me wrong there. So maybe, yeah, not all sets are worth it, like Protea, for example. But, like, plat in the end is plat. Right? It always depends how many trades do you have per day. That is obvious, right? Nice plot is galvanized. The thing is, for that, you do actually need to have the endo. That is, I think, like the biggest issue, like all honestly, that most people don't have enough endo for that. And also don't know with galvanized mods that they don't do arbitrations, right? Is to at least get your foot into getting into syndicates. The standing is passive, and every time I max out, I buy relic packs, I open them, whatever, and slowly build sets to sell. Exactly. You can do that. If you don't care for, like, if you already have all relics, or like all frames, and you do not care for whatever you want to run, selling Aya is also like a great thing. Aya's currently going for like 6 plat per Aya. So whenever you farm Aya and you have like a full trade available, that's an option. If you don't want to like farm more or like... Meta Abi, Meta Arena. I mean, like, to be fair, to actually hit these numbers, it's insane. Because, can I tell you something, Chris? If you have a bad Zareen, you're not hitting that number. If you don't pre-fire at spots and you don't know where to, like, actually kill the drones in your meta hobby, you're not hitting. If you, like, get out-killed by your Chroma support, like, fuck that. Like, the thing with meta is your team needs to be not only have the meta set up, but they also need to be willing to, like, actually do meta. Right? They need to exactly know how to do shit. And that's my issue with, like, the term meta at this point. Because first things first, meta is being used too loosely. Secondly, you also need to roughly know what you're doing. And that's why I usually say I'm bad at armies, because I don't know how to pre-fire. Like, all honestly. I'm too bad to pre-fire. Right? So I'm not a good RB farmer, actually. That's why I usually don't go for Zareen. That's why you're sticking to Wisp. Fair point. Be like the laziest of us all. But that's why I'm usually going for Mirage, because I can technically outbalance if I have to, but I'm not the like main bet winner. Arena, I don't do Arena. You cannot bother me with Arena. Like, for the love of God, that is like one of the few, it's too boring. Coda Basses, by the way, is really popular because of the multiplicative Guncio, so people are using it. I don't think that people are actually using it for, like, the unique trait, for, like, you know, the extra, like, the kill, right? But it's definitely usable. You can use it, especially on Mag. Instead of, like, using the Aka Plasma, the Basses is way better. Like, all honestly. So, I would say people are using it. The thing is, like, the Riven Disper is not good enough. That's why you don't see a lot of people going for Rivens for the Bass Assist. If you ever want to, like, check for a price, Warframe Market is your best bet. You can, like, check for similar roles, and you want to, like, or you can also, like, check there what your Riven would be worth it. That's actually 25. But it gives 3k endo per minute. I do actually wonder... Nah, you don't make 3k... You don't make 3k endo per minute. I wanted to, like, say it was, like... If you know how to... If, like... Like, high tier... Railjack would make it close, but I don't think you can close... Getting close to that. Your options are to sell it how it is or re-roll it for super good stats and make insane money. You will not make insane... I'm sorry to tell you that if you don't actually hit God roll on a Coda Basses, you will not sell it good. Like, don't get me wrong, but certain Rivens are like... So the Riven market is anyway not in the best spot at the moment. And the Bass Assist is like, you do need to know exactly what you're looking for. You do need to find exactly a person that is willing to sell them, because, and I say that really nicely, just because the price, the Riven is like listed for that money on the market does not mean someone is actually, you know, selling it or like buying it for that price, right? Keep that in mind, chat. And I would say like for like a really good bastard, and I don't know. You got a market Riven? Nice. They chat Riven prices are scams, better price a third market or haggle. I mean like, yeah. I mean like, that you can just call Warframe market. Like the only option you have there is Warframe market, let's be honest. You don't have to like talk about that websites. It's Warframe market. The only page that you have for that in total is Warframe market. The other option you have is Discord forums. Like find it in Discord because someone is offering for it. But like the thing is like I dislike to suggest Rivens to people if they don't have an idea. Because you do have to invest a lot if you don't actually know what stats you're looking for it. It's not worth to like put the effort in it. Yeah, if you get like a dual Doxis Riven. Right? If you get like a dual Toxis Riven or like an Unward Turret or like a Burst Riven, like the absolute meta, then maybe, yeah, and like a decent rogue. But like even the issue is, and I say that, like the market is flooded, especially on these Riven with decent roads that you will have a hard time to sell it. You find too many decent rolls of these Rivens because people are like not willing to like put more into it. Oh fuck. Wait, I see your message, boy. Give me a second. What I find odd is that selling Arcane battery is like 15 pot above the lowest, and there's like 6 people selling it according to Warframe bracket, but I'm still selling it pretty often. You get lucky. So either the people are not answering fast enough, and a lot of the time, I would say if you have a lot of feedback, like upvotes, and if you have a profile picture, people seem to like get for you more than for them. But people are price manipulating. But like, I do have to say for Arcane battery, I don't see a reason to do it, like all honestly. For other items, yeah, I can tell you, I know that there was some shit things going around. There's always some shit going around as soon, especially if just a prime frame dropped. Yeah, that's what I mean, like upvotes, sorry. It's called reputation, you're absolutely right. That's what I meant was like upvotes. That was poorly explained. Someone close to you. Okay, you got yourself up, sorry. Astra, can you by the way mark yourself if you go down? Because if you're going into operator, we will have a super hard time to find you if you have to pick you up. So please try to like remember to mark yourself if you go down. But yeah, I think like profile picture and higher reputation definitely helps to sell more because people simply see you more and think you're like quick responder, good feedback, you know. People do care about rep, absolutely. I was in the beginning barely selling stuff even though I was at lowest price, and when I started to getting a little bit of rep, I did get like, I sell so much more since then. So yeah, people do care about rep. Yeah. People think because you know better or like you're like more fair trading or that you're not scamming, you're like a better trader. Also like people think you don't have bad plat. Right? People think you have safe plat, honestly. Fatali, please don't suggest Aleka Frame. Aleka Frame is a third-party software. And before you say, like, recommend that, I do want to, like, let out as a third-party software. DE is officially not allowing or denying it. Yeah, exactly, Skizzy. So they never, like, said that they're agreeing to use it. So that's why I don't recommend Aleka. If people, like, asking me about it, I don't mind to, like, you know, talk about it. But, like, Aleka is not just a Warframe page where you, like, look into stuff. But it's actually software, so it's connecting to your account and actually actively have an active overlay over your account. So it counts as a software that is actively on your game, right? While DE never officially said something against it and they're saying use it at your own risk, I would be careful with that. Overwolf also Saucy, that's something that everybody needs to know for themselves. There, I don't judge at all. That's something, you know. Have you seen like the 2,000 plus people that they have their own shops list stuff on Street Time that people buy because they can buy in bulk and get good service, right? Yeah, that's it. If you like actually respond quick and you're really nice and everything, people like so much happier with that. The only thing, if you actually want to trade, you need to have a really good overview about your inventory. Because whenever people are like asking you what else do you have, like they do want to have a quick response. They do want to like immediately know the prices. So you do actually need to have the prices in your head roughly. You do need to know what you're actually having in your offer. Obviously you can't say like check out my Warframe listing, right? But I do that usually too when like a lot of trades is going on. But yeah, and like the thing that I'm not doing is, and I would say that quite clearly, for stuff that is not like expensive, I do not haggle. If you haggle with me, you do not trade with me. Like if you start to haggle with me about like an item that is 50 plat, like no, you're out. Like that's not worth the time. Don't invite me to my dojo, to your dojo after I invited you, and don't haggle with me. Sorry for that, but like, I am, nah. You saw the price, it was listed. If you don't agree with that price, you know, that's a you issue. If you think you get it somewhere cheaper, go for it. And I'm, by the way, not overcharging. If I overcharge by mistake, it's because my price is still old. So, and I have not changed it when I like went like online. Because I don't trade like a lot at the moment. I only trade like once a week, I would say. I only technically trade whenever like my plat drops because of something. I don't trade like on a regular base anymore, which I probably should go back into because, you know, that's only how I actually get my plat higher. But, you know, I couldn't only trade after, like, my plat went down. Like, for example, when you spent over 2,000, you know, plat on farmers. Hehe. 200% extra shock damage for me and my companion. Wow, extra damage. We do like extra damage. Absolutely needed. Absolutely needed for these enemies. Level 400. That's what I said, Fatali. I just want to make aware that, you know, they never allowed it. I just don't want to, like, have anyone come in here, like, say about I got banned. They officially never said anything against it, but... You sold your Marcus Mold? Oh, Wait, did you not realize that yesterday, Skizzy? Wait, you already ran 2 rounds yesterday. Did you not realize it there? Jade, I can't notice shit damage-wise. True. To be fair, I don't run Magus Melt, but I also not attacking, right? I run the one that if you get put back into Operator, you don't lose your shield. Like, no, from Operator back into Warframe, you don't lose your shield. I always forget what it's called. Obviously, I run Magus Cloud, right? And the other one is... Ooh, I actually forgot the name. Glitch? Magus Glitch. Thank you. Yeah, I run Magus Glitch. Because then, like, I can be more stupid. Allows me to be more, like, doing more mistakes, to be honest. I think that's the first time, like, in, like, days I actually procced my Arcane. We're not talking about that. Consi's forgetting. I will try to remind you afterwards. Yeah, that is great on Necros, right? You can like tap. I mean, like technically I can do that too because I don't have frame vulnerability. So technically I can do that. And tap out. Ha! We're not talking about frame vulnerability. Frame vulnerability is the shit. Or like not having frame vulnerability is the shit, actually. Were you reminded about Barry yesterday? I did, yeah. I got a whopping Arcane Catalyst blueprint. Wow, we're not talking about it. It never happened. But I think I didn't bought anything. I didn't buy anything afterwards, so. I was thinking about getting more Magnus relics, but then I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. And I also didn't buy. I wanted to buy more Prime mods, to be fair, so I could give them away, but I kind of forgot, honestly. I honestly forgot. I wanted to like stock up so I could give Shed stuff if they need it, but like, yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, do that, boy. Absolutely, yeah. That's a long grind, but like, absolutely. If you need help in any way, let us know. We're probably all happy to help. Also, not me, Mac dumping. Oh, yeah, that happens. I always attack Skizzy Shadows myself. I totally understand that. That is just happening. Your best bet is actually... Wait. Question. Yeah, enemy highlight is probably your best bet. Because they're not affected by enemy highlight. So make like an enemy highlight that is super like different to Skizzy's energy color to have a better like differentiating point for that. Hi. But yeah, enemy highlight is really helpful for that. I'm still not sure if I like actually the blue over the red. I think I do prefer the red. That is simply because Zeriman layouts are usually kind of bluish. So I think I do prefer... I had farmed like 70 weapons. I'm leveling them at the moment. Ooh, that's really good progress. Oh yeah, we do need to do a round of ESO. I'm telling you, for the longest time, I wanted to like start doing ESO. Like one round, like each stream, like one... Might. Haha, jokes on me. I think we have not done a single round 8 farm since then, right, chat? Ooh, that was my last relic and it hit with juicy. Candy highlight also the option? True, that's the opposite and that's actually true. Make it like really pinkish. Ooh, blue and pinkish. That would be like an option. Mesa. Mesa. Let's run this one. You're getting treated today, chat. Thanks to Haku. By the way, you're not getting treated by me, you're getting treated by Haku. Haku spawned out the relics. I'm not doing anything. Alright. Let's go. 52 Exilizers. I assume that we have each round at least one Exilizer failed spawn, if not 2. I was kind of aware of that, but like the layout was just too good. I'm sorry for that, attackers, but the layout was just too good to not say yes to that one. Like the smooth connectors, no jump, super short. Yeah, I did realize it's failing, but... Yeah. Props to Hacker for sponsoring. He also said he still has like some Chroma relics for me. So we're getting, besides the Nova relics that I will buy, we also will get... Oh, I missed my jump. We will also get some... I sniped that, sorry. We will also get like some more Chroma relics, I guess. Which is kind of nice. Like, it's like simply kind of nice with the amount of Void Cascades that I'm running. That first things first, I do get more relics because I usually do tend to run out of relics from time to time. And then we're also getting like a little bit more, not special one because they're simply voted, but like funny ones. Like, so whenever like some of you join, you also like see a little bit of like extra treat loot. So it's maybe like nice for you. I can't keep up, by the way, with what I actually have and what not. I do run too much for that, so it's not like I can actually check if I have something because like I get random stuff gifted. So right. Keep that in mind so I cannot... Well, that's a sad one. Also, chat, can I like also motivate you like super random, but like for the subathon that we're planning? That is super random, but you know what I'm like kinda excited for? If, and that is a big if, and that's like no putting on pressure or anything, but if we should get like super lucky and we're hitting a total of 215 sub points, and I'm saying sub points because like subs are being like calculated a little bit different to sub points especially if you have like in any form like a tier 2 or tier 3 sub, right? If we're hitting like 215 sub points, we do get an extra emote slot. And I'm always excited if I have more emote slots available for you all. I helped. Because it always means like we can like unlock way more cute emotes for here on Twitch. Right? And that is like always adorable. That's like also partially the reason why I like kind of want at one point to like get the tier 3 in Discord, because that would like actually mean that we when are you planning? On the 27th till the 30th. It's saying on the like announcement Twitch, like on the thing itself. So my normal stream days from next Saturday till Tuesday, my normal stream days, and then the 4 days where like we do get the extra bonus from Valorant gifted subs. Monday. Oh, I would do that. Like, if you want to work together, absolutely sure. I'm happy to commission you, Chris, if you feel comfortable to do an emote. Absolutely. Not yet. Absolutely fair, no pressure, but like I'm happy to like commission you in the future. Oh, we take that. A limbo part. Apparently limbo is really expensive. I don't know why, but limbo is really expensive. And I can't tell you why. I have no clue. Also, can we talk about that? So, you know, you said it's my stream, so I can talk about what I want to talk about, right? So, okay, that's a bit random. But anyway, we can still talk about what we want to talk about, right? So, you know, the like announcement, like from the subathon, the like little picture, like the whole subathon overview picture, right? I don't know what it's actually called, but like, you know, the thingy-babingy that you like actually post to like show your goals and everything. I did that. It's not commissioned, and I don't want to hear anything negative because I know it's not perfect. I know that there are like little edges that is not good, and I know that there are like little things not perfectly, and it's not like actually completely even and everything. But I did that, okay? I myself did that. I did the art. I did like how to like make the whole picture gradient, and I made like the picture frames for the boxes and the different fonts for the like title and everything. And edit the stars and everything. But yeah. I did that, and I'm proud of it. Thank you for the stretch, appreciate it. Because I do slowly, but really slowly learn actually how to make, how to photo edit a little bit. Like, more or less for my, like, thumbnails, but obviously if I, like, did it for my thumbnails, I can do, like, also, like, for other stuff. But yeah, we are improving. It looks fancy. Not perfect, but it looks fancy. Was it the most efficient way I did it? Absolutely not. Does it still, like, you know... But it does look nice, and I do have to say, compared to a lot of my previous works, I do improve. It's still not perfect, right? I am fully aware. I'm using GIMP. I was originally using, like, Photoshop, but I had only an old version of Photoshop, and, like, they did not want to work on my Windows 10, and they constantly kicked me out. Like, no, I don't know. And I even, like, texted them because I did own that Photoshop version, right? I do own that Photoshop version. I texted, like, the, like, customer service and we're like, hey, I do own that. Can you make it work on Windows 10? And they were like, buy a new one. We're not supporting that anymore. And I was like, you're kidding me? You make me log in into Adobe Creator thingy while my version doesn't need it, Adobe Creator Cloud, while, you know, while it does not need it, and then you tell me, oh yeah, you can't actually log in because your Photoshop is too old? Like, huh? Owning Photoshop? No, I actually do own Photoshop. Oh, you got like a chocolate cake. Tasty. Tasty. So yeah, that was kind of like, excuse me. Not cool. That was actually not cool. Honestly, I did find that not cool. But, you know. Mousse? Mousse cake. Mousse au chocolat. Is that a typo? Chocolate mousse cake? Is it not mousse au chocolat? There's no possibility to buy Perm licenses big enough. I still have the CS6 version. I still had that license version, right? Because I bought it back then during being a student, like scholar, right? I bought it back then, right? And I can't use it even though I bought it. That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't, like... I'm sorry to say that, but I will not get a monthly payment subscription if I have their program. Yes, it's an older version. I totally see that. But I did buy a program. Give me access to the program that I bought. The thing is, Chris, I cannot log in into the Adobe. Whenever I started, it's forcing me to log in into Adobe, in the Adobe cloud to like register my program. But when I do it, it says that I need to like actually get a like feedback from the servers, and the servers are like offline, so you can't get the feedback from the servers. Right? I do have to say, I actually do like Adobe. I don't want to like say anything about the company itself because I did like the Adobe Photoshop. I do like with it. I also like the Adobe Express. right? I did like the express version that you have on your PC. Like where you don't need to log in anything, right? Like the free version for like your quick stuff, like to like do simple stuff on your PC. I do actually like that. I'm like, I don't want to call myself a fan, but like, I mean, like, what I assume happened. Yeah, PS on Dreamweaver is really nice. I'm really sad because, like, I do still think, or I'm still wondering if actually the, like, the cutting program is worth it for, like, video editing. I am, like, kind of happy with DaVinci, especially after I figured out why DaVinci never worked on my PC. Like, I had the biggest issue for, like, weeks and months that I could not use DaVinci. Like, DaVinci can't access external hard drives. Or, like, at least it can't on my PC. That's why it constantly was crashing, because whenever I tried to access my external hard drive, it was actually crashing, and that was, like, the main issue. So I simply have to, like, you know, only use the data that is on my actual PC and then, like, you know, store everything again on the hard drive. Infinity is a good alternative. There's probably like a lot of good alternatives. The point was, and that, you know, maybe chat, you should not miss it. Like, I don't look for an alternative. I already had that program. You know, that's kind of the key point here, right? Like, I already bought it originally, and that's why I was so pissed. I'm happy with whatever I'm using now, right? I just had it. That's why I'm like, you know, kind of like, oopsie, I'm flying. Holy shit, I went flying. I just went, like, actually flying to the other side of the room. But yeah, we're getting still better. We're working on it, and we're figuring ways out, and, you know. And what I have to say, I know, like, you all are not the biggest fan of Adobe. I don't judge you for that. But what I do have to say, since so many people are actually using... Hi, Biohazard, how's it going? So many people are actually using Photoshop. What I do have to say, the amount of feedbacks on forums for tips and tricks is actually insane, okay? That is like my main purpose why I did like Photoshop for the longest time, because Photoshop was one of the first programs that did actually have like online courses and stuff like that. So especially when you like learned it in the beginning, since them simply being like that big, right? The amount of knowledge you were able to gain in the beginning that was simply not available from outside was actually insane. You good? I'm so glad to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Having a nice day? Did you already eat dinner? Lunch? Breakfast? Oh, you got caramel delight cake. I feel the programs are just everything around them. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, like, that is, like, to be fair in a lot of situations at this point. Like, you like the game, but, like, the way they're treating a lot of stuff is not it, right? Like, well, like, if a bug happens and you report it and you feel like the way they're, like, treating it, it's not the way it, right? We have that in a lot of situations by now. Like, customer service isn't seeing, or like, I feel like people do not really, like, work well with customer service. Like, either people expected too much from customer service, or... I'm drinking coffee, that's so cheating. They're either, like, expecting, like, too much from customer service, or the customer service is actually shit and you get, like, zero feedback from it. Oh, hi, Misery. You're actually making my life miserable at the moment. Where is it? I hit it. Don't ask me where it was. Or Chris hit it. I don't know. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Pound cake. Not tasted that before. Oh, it's tasty pound cake. I like pound cake. What did the Scarecrow win an award? Because it was outstanding in his field. Okay, that one is a good one. I like that one. Can I, like, not mess up that jump so I don't have to always go back this way? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing amazing. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a cake, and have a seat. Welcome in. In God words, in one of our exits that chose to not be named, buying is not owning. I mean, like, if you're aware of that, that is true. But back then, buying was actually owning. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. At that point, buying was actually still owning. Not in the nowadays days, that is actually true. But, like, you're actually also, like, aware when it, that you're only buying a user license. But, like, back then, buying was actually owning. To be fair, like, was it technically by definition still only, like, a user license? I would actually have to look it up. But, like, back then, you actually were, like, buying officially the program. They were not that type. They, like, maybe changed the user license later on. But at that point, you were actually still buying the program. Absolutely. You can use the Falcon with Mirage. You can literally use every weapon with Mirage. Thanks to Eclipse and the damage multiplier. It's a raw damage multiplier. Physical CDs with software, right? My Photoshop is still physical CD with that. I don't even have to download anything. They did not. No. They don't terminate my license. No, you don't, like, you're misunderstanding that. What they added, and I think they simply did not think about that. They did not terminate my license. My license is still active. What they did is to, like, activate your program, you need to get feedback from a server, but that server got taken off of usage like 2 years ago. So per se, per definition, they did not terminate my license. My license is still active. The feedback server that they need that automatically sends you the report back for every code you're needing, that one is not working anymore. So that is the difference between, like, actually you don't have the license anymore and you simply can't log into programs. Like, if I was actually more after it, I probably would have got someone from the, like, Adobe Photoshop to either give me, like, a free code for the new items, or like, I don't know. I know with Sims 2 back then, they gave out, like, a master keywords, and there was probably, like, a way. I simply did not bother, like, going after it. You can actually look up that problem, Silicon. It's actually, like, a known problem, and they even, like, publicly announce that the servers are getting, like, taken off. So that's the issue. I'm dying. My mech proc was not mech procking fast enough. Lovely beans, we're getting hit by an ad in 1 minute. Thank you so much for sticking around. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Maybe get a drink or stretch or whatever you need to do. If you have to run to the loo, go to the loo. There's the Shreks. I saw the blinking. You can't hide. But yeah, I wish it was different, because I would like to, you know. Do you want a brief explanation of what an Arcane is? In a nutshell, it's an Oh, okay, that one is crazy. That one is actually crazy. I like that one. That one is a good one. I had a customer where they used a no longer supported version of AutoCAD. And we couldn't transfer the license from device to device because the transfer tool got pulled for that version. Contacted support, they immediately went, Okay, AutoCAD, to be fair, is a way better support. I think AutoCAD is one of those supports. You're reporting a mistake, you have immediately someone on that telephone that will tell you how to fix it. I think like AutoCAD has like one of the best customer supports that I ever met. But that is simply because AutoCAD is a pure working program. Like, there's no private users of AutoCAD. I would say nearly no private users. The, like, AutoCAD is mostly used for, like, companies or, like, officially work because, you know what it is. Like, CAD program, right? Like a 3D modeling program. And, like, they are, like, always... I can tell you, I had, like, so many, like... contact so like a lot of the times contact with AutoCAD. I can't tell you where, but like I did have quite a bit of contact with AutoCAD, and they're always on point. Cut city like 3D modeling. Cut. And AutoCAD is one of the problem. Ooh, I'm kind of dying if my worm is down. Worm, do you want to like... Oh, Chad, I'm so stupid. Do you know which mod we can finally put on my worm? Chad, do you know it? Hi, Thaumiel. Do you know which mod we can finally put on my worm after all the... After a year, but like after all this time? We completely forgot it, but like, you know what? Sacrificial, yeah. Sacrifice. We can finally put... I can't even fit it on my build, but like we can finally put sacrifice on. My Titania is finally not running with an empty slot. No. My Titania picture, or my Titania build is finally not... My Titania is actually running with an empty slot, no joke, it's actually empty. Because I was like, what else should I put in there? Fun fact of the day, Earth rotation is changing speed. It's slowing. On average, the length of a day increases by around 1.8 seconds per century. 600 million years... Oh, what did I do? Ago, it lasted about 20... Oh my... Wait, does it mean that technically the day-night cycle changed? No, wait, I'm stupid. Never mind, because like, wait. Not the day-night, no. We're gaining time, yeah, but like, does that mean not the day-night cycle? No, I was thinking wrong. But that technically means the, like, what is it called? The seasons are different because we had a different day rotation. Right? Seasons are because of axial tilt, yes. I mean, like, that's why we have North and South Hemisphere. No, that's actually wrong. No, the axial tilt... No, wait. Yeah, I know. Wait, no, yeah, the axial tilt is because of the degree that we're having and the, like, difference to, like, the sun, yeah. But the thing is, what I mean is... No, you misunderstand what I wanted to say. It would make the year shorter. Yeah, that's what I see. So currently we have 365 days defined to be a year, right? And that is kind of like also describing... Please tell me we didn't break it. I mean, it depends. You simply could add like more days to a year, right? Because did we not decide it? How we define a year by the rotation around... The rotation? Not about itself, but like... How would that influence it? Does it even influence it? Yeah, but around the sun. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. But if we're rotating faster, would that actually change the speed we're rotating around the sun? Because we have less hours a day or not? No. But why are we slowing then? Thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate it. But why are we slowing then? Numbers of hours per year would stay the same, but numbers per day go up, so numbers of day would need to go down, so we have season in the same time frame of the year. But like, why are we slow? But what I was thinking there is, when we're like changing our speed, right? Simply happens, fine. Would like the speed around the like sun not also like then change? Because why are we only changing the speed in ourselves? Because of our like core like being burned out, or not its difference force? But I was wondering if that's true. But I was wondering if like our tempo would or could influence that one as well. Oh god, yep. there were too many shock X and misses. There were like too many shock X and misses. Like, I jumped from one shock action miss into another shock action miss. That was like kind of like... That was too much shocking. Very shocking. I know, but I know what a shocking experience, right? Too many shock exhibits while wrapping your mind. The thing is, like, that's actually interesting. Did you also know that actually, like, you know, our universe, like we know it's like constantly like in a really high speed is moving, right? So we constantly as a universe are like moving. I learned that like a year or two ago because of like some experiments that they did. It's not just an assumption, but like I found that really interesting. Music ended, yeah. I'll like change that like next. I don't want to tap out. I don't see a reason for it. You will live like a whole rotation without music. Getting electrocuted while talking about astrophysics. You know, the force was too strong. Or maybe the force was actually not with me. You know, maybe I died because the force was not with me. You know, maybe that's actually the issue. I don't know what word we'll listen to. I have not thought about which playlist I want to like start. I do follow someone on is it on TikTok? Is it on Twitter? I follow like a woman that explains fabulous simply fabulous simply single events in the like universe. I do really like her. I don't know how accurate she's explaining it, but like I really enjoy her. I need to like check if I find her in a second on TikTok so I can like after we're done so I can like show it to you. Right, because she is amazing. Like I really enjoy watching her content from time to time because it's like so random things about like satellites and meteorites, right? Like simple explained. The only thing I currently cannot remember, and I do have to say really sorry for that, if she's in the end speaking German, I currently could not remember if her content is actually in German or in English. If it's in German, I can't show you. I mean, like, I still can show you, but like, then like, it's kind of like missing the whole point for you all. But back to the idea. So yeah, we are moving slower. We're moving slower. We are rotating because of the moon. Right? Our speed is not being in any form influencing our like year rotation around the sun. Which I find kind of interesting, that these two are not connected. I thought somehow, to be fair, I never looked into that much more than like school would teach you. I do have to say that. So like all of my knowledge regarding that is like literally school level. And I do know quite a bit about physics, if you don't know, but like not in that regard. Because like for some reason, you know, like as a mechanical engineer major, you apparently don't need to know about like astrophysics. But I always saw that somehow the speed that we're rotating is connected to the speed we're rotating around the sun. I don't know. I always thought that would be kind of like connected, but apparently like not. Oh, nice. We take that. How you doing, Scorp? Space is not a perfect vacuum. There's still a bit of drag. I mean, like, yeah, that's fair. Like, obviously, it's not perfect. Like, it's not a vacuum. Also, like, probably each time we're, like, hitting a meteorite, like, also that can slow us down or, like, change, like, technically how our like, rotation is. Sick, but getting better. Oh, no! With your cake, you probably get dragged into space. Why are we getting dragged into space? Wait, I don't want to die. Let me roll. Game. And Peck can speed us up or slow down. I can't imagine that much. Like, to be honest, I kind of know that much, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm interested in what I'm, like, learning. But, like, it's not that I, like, don't have, like, a basic understanding of, like, physics. Yeah, absolutely get well, Scorp. You know, get your tea. Hug your plushie. You know. Runa coughed on me. What? What did I do? I maybe spread some other fluid on you, but for sure not coughing on you. Repeat that. I didn't say anything. Yeah, we can take that back. I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait a minute, what? Nothing! I don't know what you're all talking about. Scorp got his own... yeah, Scorp is superior. He has his, like, own sound effect. I don't even remember what I said there. I kinda actually forgot what I, like... I have to, like, recheck, but, like, I... Must have been the wind. Absolutely was the wind. You'll remember? What do you mean you'll remember? We won't crow that? Oh yeah, it's true. I actually want to like edit that you can make quotes, chat. I need to like still do that. Do you want that? Do you want to like randomly be able to... Ready, we're gonna add to soundboard. Do you want to like have a quote? There's no quote. I think it's quote add. You need to actually do exclamation mark quote add. But it's with via stream elements and I don't want to work with stream elements. Yeah, stream elements quotes are not enabled, exactly. That's the issue. I have not set that up. It should be add quote. The thing is, like, I do want to, like, set it up via my bot and not via stream elements. And I know on my bot, it's not, like, set up. I mean, like, that could be, that's, like, you know, only, like... Dad, I can't... I'm doing, like, most of the stuff myself. I'm just too slow. I promise I will do better in the future. It's just like, you know, I'm too slow. I can't do everything. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I have like a lot of things that I always want to do and like look into, and then I'm like... And I appreciate, by the way, the help of my mods. It's not that my mods are not doing things. It's just, mods needs... My mods are doing amazing. Don't say anything against my mods. No mods bashing here. Oh my god, Zero! You got 92%! Let's go! My mods are amazing. We're not allowing mod bashing here. My mods are like lovely, lovely cuties. Okay, Rumbert, we're not talking about that. Delete it. Delete it, Rumbert. You ain't doing shit. I'm doing a little bit. You're doing a little bit. You're keeping my Discords clean. I'm happy about that. You can leak the mods if you want. My job is to piss off Runa. I mean, like, you were kind of successful with that the last 2 days. Not gonna lie. Owie. See, I'm doing my job, yeah. Know what happened? Nothing mod related will be discussed and shit. So was Garfu was deleting your message? If you have any question towards mod stuff, please relate into like the ticket system in the Discord. I will not discuss anything mod related in chat. I will repeat myself. You like go ahead, lick the mods. What messages? The video. You did delete. That was long ago. Yes. I have 17 Hildren Prime. Can we discuss Skyrim and Minecraft models? Go ahead. What is this ticket? Must be junk. To be fair, that would be absolutely Scorp. To be fair, that would be absolutely Scorp. Hi, Robert. Hi, Arcane. How did it go with Robert that way around? That way around, it make way more sense. Hi, Robert. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, how is Remnant 2? I have a heat proc on me. That's kind of like cooking me. We did so much game suffer. Game kind of easy. No, I I said that the game was kind of easy. I just don't like death situations. I dislike being like a one-time thingy, if that makes... Like, I would say if I play Remnant with Scorp, like Remnant 2, I would probably even make not normal, but I probably would even play hard. Did I fix Innovate on Kompressa? No clue. I never use Innovate on my setups. But no, I mean, like, if you talk about the stacking, Innovate stacking, you should not do that anyway. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, if we would run Remnant 2, I would probably not even play on, like, normal. I would probably play one above. I just don't like the one death mechanic because, like, literally, I felt like 99% of my deaths were, like, me rolling into the abyss. Like, no shit. Like, that's 99% of my deaths were, like, actually me rolling into abyss. Or, and I do have to say that, I could not see anything because of flashing effects. And I will not excuse that. I can't see anything because, like, the lightning effects are simply not in my favor and I don't see anything. And games are not really, like, accessible with that shit. So, yeah, nah. Whatever are tickets? We have a ticket system now, Zero again. Zero, I also, like, can I say, Zero, that I'm sometimes, like, worrying a tiny bit how, like, do you like actually ever check my Discord as my mod? Just as a question. Like, just as a question, do you like actually check mod chat? Oh, I forgot to buy stuff. I can't scan. Anyway. You know, because I'm pretty sure Scott talked about the, like, ticket system in there. Right? So I'm pretty sure he explained it in there. So, I like, you know, you did. Really poorly, but you did explain it. You, like, talked about, yeah, that's available now, and then, you know, you showed it off, and that's about it, what happened. But, like, you did explain it really poorly, but, like... He did mention it, so that he, like, does know what's going on. You know, it's, like, for me, like, the small indication. It's fine. All works out, chat. All works out. So for those who don't know, in Discord, if you have any questions, we do have a help desk set up now where you can, like, ask official questions, like questions that don't need to be, like, hidden. Or if you have, like, something that you're, like, a little bit embarrassed of and you don't want to, like, show the world through that question, you know, like, please don't ask for, like, you know, any health related question. No, you're not making. We do have a ticket system. Question about the help desk? Ask the bots. 90s call center uniform. Ooh, I should make an art of that. You know what, like, you know what my next art should be? Me sitting on a throne and, like, my mods sitting underneath me, like, sweating and working. You didn't get a memo? What type of memo did you not get? That would look nice, right? That would be absolutely looking nice. I do agree on that. I think that looks fabulous, chat. Last relic, by the way? Question mark? It's 110. Reduce to share. I did not say that I would sit on you. I mean, like, I can step on you if you want. You know. Step on me, mommy. Besides that, Ariel, is that the last relic? Nice time to edit the stream, right? Adorable. You're talking about cake, by the way. Hi, King. But my work again, I'll see tomorrow, right? Perfectly fine. That was enough communication. I think that's like clear, good communication. That's all we needed. You have to have headphones? Nah, we're like all good in here. We're doing good. You know, nice little Mac voice cascade. You know, that's Devoe. What do you mean? You're not into that? You know, you're not into like, you know, nice little leash, nice little, you know, high heels, and then, you know, cute.